Good morning. Welcome to Sunnyside Journals. Welcome to 30 minutes of my day. You're probably thinking, well, who the heck are you? Yes, I have been missing in action. Oh, I've been up to my eyeballs in paperwork, not only for my mom, but also just tax season. Oh, joy. Just making some room here. Oh, I better set my timer because I will talk too much. I know I will. Hold on. All right, hold on. I'm going to pause you. Okay, timer is going. So not only was I doing a ton of paperwork, but I also the chaos in my room. It got to a breaking point for me, and I had to attack my room. And I just sort of went through. I didn't even do the whole room, but I went through quite a few shelves of my stuff. Things like playing cards, little invitation type cards, pads of stationery, index cards, recipe card file top thingy-majiggies. Is that a term? Anyhow, I started going through things like that, game pieces, Monopoly pieces, and I just sort of started looking through them. Even the playing cards, I started looking through them. Have I ever used this card? Have I used it in the past 2 years? And I gave myself 2 years for a reason, because I'm not one of those junk journal creators who makes 10 or 20 a month. I'm lucky in a good month if I can make 4 a month. Usually it's 2 to 3 a month. So I gave myself 2 years because I don't have a lot going out into the universe. So and even with that criteria that I set for myself, I packed up 4 boxes of things, and this morning hubby and I drove them over and donated them back into the universe for someone else to enjoy. So I'm still trying to decide. I have a lot of little golden books, and it's because of where I live, it's not worth my while or the purchaser's while for me to sell them just as is on Etsy. It's just not. A little golden book, surprisingly, is quite a heavy little book. So to even sell them in packages of 5 for what I would have to charge, and also the shipping, it's just not worth it. So I have a feeling I'm going to try and sell my little golden books locally to see if there's anyone who would come over and just take them away. I'll keep a few, but I do not need as many as I have. I probably have a stack about 2 feet tall. If you lay them on their side, 2 feet tall. And I think what I'm going to do is allow myself to keep maybe 10. And then the rest need to find new homes. They need to be adopted. Anyhow, I'm going to do a little bit of work on the wealthy donor here. Mary is drying a little bit. I did it off camera before I turned on the camera, but she is her hinges and joints are drying. So I have her under a rock just over here, and I'm going to go get my paper press because her papers are in the press still. Probably, I can't remember whether we did that on camera together or not. So here we go. Let's grab this. Now, The lighting may have changed. In cleaning my room, I switched it around again. I'm still trying to find my happy place for how my room is set up. And I can see a shadow there. My window is behind me now. We'll see how this works. I don't know. I'll know when I know, and right now I don't know. So, how's that for a scientific term or an artistic term? Anyhow, so I've been busy, but not doing anything artsy enough to turn on my camera, and not doing anything artsy enough even to take photos and post it on Instagram. It's math. Not exciting. There we go. Okay. And then there we go. There's the Wealthy Donor's little guts. Looks nice. So these turned out nice. Not sure whether I want to. I think I do want to put a pretty envelope, or maybe even a card, a beautiful card in here. Oh, see, in going through my stuff, I found stuff that I forgot I had. So I think I might put one of these in. I find these all the time, and I'm wondering if a local church in my town had them as a fundraiser. I find these boxes all the time, and usually still full. And they're just beautiful little. They're religious. They're just little cards. Hope you're doing well, or hope you're healing. Or that I suspect the little ladies' organizations would, walk over and drop off if Edna hadn't been at church for, a few weeks. So it's just a little, lift up your spirits kind of card. But they're just so pretty. They've got a little touch of gold. They're embossed. They're just really pretty. And so I think I like that one. I like that one. And I think we will put one in the Wealthy Donor, because she's obviously rich enough that she would be able to afford to have, engraved stationery, perhaps. And just because she's wealthy, you can still be. I'm not going to get into that. She can be a generous person. There, I'll just leave it at that. I love how old these looks when you can see the crummy glue back from when they really weren't quite sure about good glue. These are great because in a journal, hold on, because maybe we'll put it in the center. Which is the center? Okay. In a journal, you can sew it in, glue the bottom shut, and it becomes little pockets, little tuck spot. So I like that. I still haven't set up my sewing machine, so I hope I don't plan on doing anything today that needs my sewing machine, because it's across the room, plopped on a table, buried under stuff, not even near an electrical outlet. Now I'm going to need to put the envelope somewhere. I've got this cool paper in here. I love this paper. I found a book once at my Weigh and Pay. Maybe I'll turn it this way because it's just so beautiful. It's a whole book on painting patterns for China, for painting China. And it's just got beautiful artwork in it. So maybe I'll turn it that way. I would think that the Wealthy Donor might have hand-painted china. So I think I might put the envelope over in this area, like that. Now I want to choose laces for the edges. So hold on, I'm going to put this away while I'm thinking about it. There we go. And now I'm going to pause and pick out a few different laces and see what I think. So hold on. Okay, so I was going to look them all over, but I'm already leaning towards this. It's sort of a little shell pink color. And I like it. Is it ever soft? I expected it to maybe be a little bit scratchy, but it's quite nice. Now, on the other hand, I was going to, let me get these out of my way. I was going to use these as the end papers. I just thought they looked pretty. This is from the wrapping books. I might try and adjust my camera. I'm finding I'm squished over onto the far side of my table here. Hold on. All right, let's try this again. And hopefully this is a little bit better. Anyhow, so I was hoping to use these. I just like them. I like this from the Art Nouveau wrapping paper. That's where I was. The books of wrapping paper that I found that one time. Anyhow, I thought they looked pretty in there. But on the other hand, I'm not sure that pink goes with this. But I really like those hummingbirds and the little Queen Anne's lace. Well, what about this one? Okay, that's the world's tiniest pin. Gee, that's nice and delicate. That's very pretty. Not this one, because if that pink doesn't match, this pink definitely doesn't match. I like this. That's a pretty one. No. And I still haven't found the right journal to use this one in, and I just love it. Hold on, let's put you there. Isn't that pretty? It's a little modern looking. I don't know, to me, that looks a little 60s or 70s-ish. Maybe late 60s, early 70s. I love it. But I think that needs to be for a bigger book that can handle such a wide and bold lace. All right, I think I've made up my mind. Sadly, it will not be this. I think I'm going to use this one. I wonder how much lace I want to put in it. I might put a flat lace down the center. I might put this front and first and last signature, and then maybe put something flat down the center. Let me just get these off my desk. What did I drop? I always dread that it's a pin. And I heard something hit the floor. Well, if you hear me scream later, we'll know it was a pin. All right, so I usually cut a little bit longer than I need, just to give me a trimming option later. And then what I will do is I'll glue these in place lightly and then sew them later. Done. There we go. Okay, those are cute. Oh, there it is. I knew it was here somewhere. The world's tiniest pin. All right. So now I've got to decide, usually with an old paper, and this is 1930, so that's old. That's almost 100 years old. I will sew lace onto the following page, not onto the old paper. It usually just can't take it. Yeah, I think that'll look pretty. I think it can handle a beautiful lace because of the lace that's on the cover. Let's just sort of hang it out the edge there and take a look-see. Oh yeah, I think that's going to look really, really pretty. These sort of, I call it a shabby chic book. They always pleasantly surprise me because, at least for me, when I create one, I usually purposefully choose the ugliest books on my shelf that are just so falling apart and thin and flimsy and terrible condition, and then they end up looking so pretty. It just, every single time, I'm surprised every time. All right, let's just glue this on the edge here. I'm just going to use a little 3-in-1 along there, and we might as well do that now, because then when the glue is dry, I can sew it in place, because for me, I don't like sewing through wet or damp glue. I've had the thread tug on me before. So don't be tempted to pull your lace too tight when you're putting it in place. It can make your paper curve when it dries. So just pat it down into place and just let it comfortably lie where it wants to lie. That looks nice. Alrighty. So I'm going to let that dry before I trim it, but let's put these in so that I don't forget whose is whose. So that will look pretty because the original first page will just lay on top of it, and that looks nice. Yeah, last one. We're going to put one on the last page, and I do think I'll put one somewhere in the center of the third signature, because it's not a big book, so it doesn't, too much lace would be overwhelming. So let's just put some on this final page. Our neighbors are moving. We just found out this week. I'm so sad. They're nice neighbors, for one. I guess that's the most important reason why. They're very nice neighbors. It's a nice little young family. They got 2 little children, and they're quiet. And they're neat and tidy. They keep their house nice. But they want his family, who is very helpful to them. Their oldest child is special needs. And his mom and dad are very, very helpful with their oldest child. So they want to be able to live a little bit closer so that the grandma and the grandpa, it's easier for them to come and help. And I get that. It makes sense. And they'd like a little bit more land. Anyhow, so I'm selfish, but I understand. There we go. Let's let that dry. And then maybe I'll pick out a flat one to go in the center, because that's going to look pretty. Oh, all right, I'm going to pause and go pick out a flat one. Hold on. I'm relieved. Turns out it was the zipper. I have a sweater hanging over the back of my chair, and it was the zipper. It hit the leg of my chair, and that was the noise I heard. So I don't have to be panicking about a needle going into my foot. So anyhow, they're a nice, it's a bigger house than ours. It's 4 bedroom, 3 bath. formal dining room, completely finished basement. If you would like to move to a really sweet little town on the north shore of Lake Ontario, just let me know. I'll see if I can swing a deal for you. Oh, I can think of so many people I wish lived right next door to me. Oh, that would be wonderful. But it's a big house, so depends on what stage of life you're in, I guess, eh? I certainly am not interested ever again. My stage is over for. Oh, that's got a bit of damage there. I'm just going to take this right here off. Yeah, our days of needing a 4-bedroom house are done, which is nice. We have 3-bedroom right now, and we don't even need that. We always said we were going to stay in this house as long as we had Dot, because we needed. Oh yeah, I can see why this is all. Look at that. This one's got a cut out of it too. Oh well, I just need this much, so that's fine. I think I'm going to put this beige in the middle, but I might let it overlap there. I just like the beigey color of it. Or I might trim along there. Anyhow, yeah, we always said, oh well, we're here for as long as, we've got Dot. Because, our little dog, and she needed a backyard. But of course, we're also both getting to the age where we are not interested in shoveling snow and mowing lawns anymore. So, but now that our plans are changed because she left us she was a little young when she died. We thought we had about 8 or 9 more years with her. Now, mind you, we never ever had an exact age for her because we rescued her, or she rescued us, really. So, that aging could be off by a bit. They can only estimate. I think I'm going to do a sneaky little thing I sometimes do. This is a synthetic material, so you can cut it and it won't unravel. And that edge is pretty, and I think it would look prettier along the edge of hanging off that book. So sometimes what I will do is, so that means I could have used that other piece because I'm cutting that one side off. I'm just going along and I'm going to cut around these little flowers, this little scalloping here, and it'll look really pretty. I do this all the time with a lace that if I want to use a specific lace and it's a little too wide, just trim it. If it's a synthetic lace, you can do this. It will not unravel on itself. And it'll still look extremely pretty. Anyhow, so now we're in a position, I'm all over the place, eh? Now we're in a position where, if we did want to move into a condo, we could, but now we're sort of thinking, well, no, maybe not yet. We're certainly open to it. By the time we're in our 80s, we're open to it because stairs can be hard on your knees when you're a senior. But we're not near our 80s yet. We've got about 20 more years till we're near our 80s. So it's not a decision we have to make right now. Oh yeah, I like that. So do you see what I mean? It gives you get the little edge. I like doing that. But it's not too frilly. It's still a flat lace. Hold on. I'm going to take this off. Oh, wait. Oh, good. I didn't get much down yet. I think I want it closer to the center. I think I want to put it on this one. That way it's closer to the center of the book. There you go. Ho, 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 ho. Yes, I want it on you. So we had a nice drive this morning because the Value Village closest to us is still like 3 towns over. So Happy and I had a nice little drive over. Is that the right side up? Nope, that's the side up. Guess it doesn't matter. I could have just folded it the other way. Oh well. There. No, you're not accurate because I paused and I didn't pause you. Oh, I got 5 more minutes. Hold on. There we go. I guess this means I've got to find somewhere to set up my sewing machine. I took one of the tables out of my room. I was just feeling overwhelmed and I wasn't using the table. It was simply becoming a place to plop things instead of putting them away. So I decided I'm getting this out of here. There we go. That looks nice. All right, so I'll just plop you back in for now, but I will sew you. I guess that'll force me to finish cleaning up my room, so that's good. All right, well, let's trim these other ones since they're going to go through the sewing machine anyhow. One. Two. All right, that looks pretty. And then you. And then we'll just put on our imagination hats and see how it's going to look. Love doing that. Yeah, so you're like that. I've got papers drying outside. We've got hopefully a string of like 6 warm sunny days coming up. So I can get back into, yeah, that looks pretty. I like that. Back into doing tea dyeing paper. When the weather is nice, you know, spring, summer, and fall, I like to try, at least during the week days, or on the days that I can, to tea dye 20 pages. Just 20 pages. That's how many, I have one of those folding racks that collapses right down flat, and it will hold 20 pages. So usually I have enough leftover tea in our pot in the morning, just enough that I can soak 20 pages, hang them up to dry, and you know, when you think about it, if you can do that 4 or 5 days a week, that gives you 100 pages of tea-dyed paper. And it's not overwhelming. It's 20 pages you can do in a few minutes. Just soak them, walk away. At lunch, I come back, I pour the tea out, and I tilt the pan to let it finish draining for a few hours. And then I can hang it up, and they dry very quickly once they're hung up. Gosh, that looks cute. That's going to be a pretty little journal. Well, we're at 29 minutes, so I am going to end here because I have to go over there and figure out where I'm going to put my sewing machine. But this is going to look like that. Oh, that's going to look nice. Okay, I'm happy. I'm a happy girl. Well, hey. Sorry it took me so long to get back, but thank you for popping by and having a visit with me while I picked out lace and glued in lace. Yeah, have a great rest of your day, whatever time it is for you, and we will talk soon, probably tomorrow. My plan is to do nothing tomorrow. So we'll see. Take care. We'll talk soon. Bye.